The Sonic Hacking Contest is one of the biggest events in the Sonic the Hedgehog fan community, where fans come together and create hacks and modify pre-existing Sonic games to win different trophies. Starting in 2002 and being ran annually since 2004, the event has a storied history behind it. So let's take a brief look back on it, shall we? Let's begin. But before we start, I want to give a thanks to this video's sponsor, you guys. Thanks for watching. Before we get into the beginnings of the contest, we first need to look at the Sonic hacking landscape of the time. Most ROM hacks weren't acknowledged under that moniker at the time, but were rather referred to as hoaxes. This trend started in May of 1999 when a ROM hacker going by the name of Cyan Helcarax released a ROM hack of Sonic 1 that was claimed to be a lost beta of the game to Simon Y's Sonic 2 beta page. It was only months prior that the community had been exposed to the Sonic 2 beta, and he wanted to bring more attention to Sonic 1. Little did he know he would spark a trend going forward after it was identified as a hoax. For the next few years, more ROM hacks would be released under the guise of being lost betas, only to be revealed to be hoaxes. Thus, even when ROM hacks were released and it was made clear that they were just fan-made modifications, they were still referred to as hoaxes at the time. The community was rapidly progressing with the release of disassemblies, hex editors, and hacking guides. On January 15, 2002, a member of the Sonic community who goes by many names, who I will be referring to by the name Ayla for simplicity's sake, posted a thread on some website asking for email submissions of ROM hacks for a contest. Unfortunately, most of these threads are gone and can't even be accessed via the Wayback Machine, so I have to go by things people have said about it that still exist on the internet. Apparently, there were only 8 entries and no one wanted to be a judge. The entry to win what was then called the Grand Prize Trophy was a Sonic 2 hack called Sonic 2 Delta by Ezrael Neto, a ROM hack that aimed to expand Sonic 2. Don't confuse it with Sonic Delta, a Sonic 3 hack that combines all the main 4 Mega Drive games. You can really get a feel for how rudimentary early Sonic ROM hacks were at the time just by looking at Labyrinth Zone. Still, it was incredibly impressive for the time. Skipping 2003, in 2004, Ayla came back with a new thread for a new hacking contest, this time posted on Sonic Retro, though due dates for entries were posted elsewhere, and it seemed to have gotten a much wider response than the first. However, Ayla went missing, so the judges had to finish the contest themselves. The grand prize winner this year was a Sonic 1 hack called South Island Adventure by Hivebrain, Ice Knight, and DRX, who, if you've seen my Sonic 2 video, you may remember as the founder of video game preservation site Hidden Palace. Anyways, he's the one who implemented a fix for Sonic 1's infamous spike bug. This is the first hack I would actually recommend. It's really good. It implements Espio the Chameleon using his chaotic sprites into Sonic 1 and has new graphics and even new layouts for some of the stages. Unfortunately, they didn't really complete Espio's sprite set, but I honestly can't be upset with the rest of the work that was put into it. It's very impressive for 2004. Also, fun fact, there's a stage here called Eggman Land. Mind you, Sonic Unleashed wasn't even a twinkle in Sonic Team's eye yet. I mean, yeah, the concept of Eggman Land was around, but this is an actual representation of it. It's also followed by Vinyl Zone, my favorite. I'd really like to see an updated, modernized version of this hack. There's also supposedly an earlier version of this hack that features Supersonic instead of Espio, but it seems to be lost media. Moving on to 2005, Ayla came back to host another hacking contest, revealing that it was issues with her parents that led to her going missing after the last contest. However, she once again went missing at the end of this one as well. The grand prize winner this contest is a hack for the PC port of Sonic Adventure DX called Shadow Adventure by Dude. Obviously, as it requires the player to have a physical copy of Sonic Adventure DX for the PC, this is one hack I didn't actually get to play. It seemingly replaces Sonic with Shadow and changes the graphics of Emerald Coast and Station Square. Emerald Coast is changed to be more like Palm Tree Panic from Sonic CD, complete with custom music. Thanks to YouTube user Injured Plane for having the only footage of it I could find online. This hack honestly still looks impressive to this day. That same year, Ayla came back with the 4th annual Sonic editing contest. Names such as the term hacking had too much of a negative connotation. Once again, Ayla was not around to finish the contest by the time entries were due, as she had become addicted to taking ecstasy. But in 2007, she came back with another contest, this time promising a cash prize to the grand prize winner. However, she was laid off from her job, and as far as I know, still hasn't paid anyone 17 years later. Oh man, if I was the wait, I forgot to say who the winner of what was renamed to the Hidden Palace Trophy was for the last contest. Well, that's because the winner of both the 2006 and 2007 contests, albeit very different versions obviously, was the Sonic 1 hack, Sonic Megamix, a huge community-created project created by Team Megamix, led by someone named Stealth, or Simon Tomley, who you may have heard of, as though, I don't know, he later went on to found Headcanon, and his most notable achievement is his work on Sonic Mania. This is probably the most iconic Sonic ROM hack of all time. This is yet another ROM hack I would highly recommend, though I will warn, it's pretty damn hard. I'd also recommend the 3.0 version that came out shortly after the 2007 hacking contest, as it's the most stable. This version allows you to play as Sonic, Shadow, and Mighty, each with slightly different movesets. Sonic's gameplay in this hack really proves that air dashing and homing attacking in 2D can be fun. There's also a Sega CD version that started work later, but it was sadly never finished. It also contains our first instance of profanity, ooh. It also introduced something that would be seen in loads of other Sonic ROM hacks, including a lot of future Sonic hacking contest winners, and that's the I'm Outta Here sprite, a Sonic CD sprite that's used here for Sonic's mid-air descent from jumping off of a spring. Apparently, it's pretty divisive, as some people don't like it and think it looks dumb. Like, I looked it up and found this Sonic Retro thread from 2011 about it. Firstly, there's absolutely no reason for Sonic to be looking towards the screen. None whatsoever. Now I respect people's opinions, but isn't that kind of a thing Sonic was known for? If I'm falling at terminal velocity, oftentimes with quite a bit of horizontal momentum as well, I wouldn't look anywhere except the direction I'm headed. Okay, how can he see when he's curled into a ball? That seems pretty impractical. You know what else is impractical? Him posing at the end of acts. Hey, the fate of the world is at stake, but I don't hear anyone complaining about that. It just looks awkward in general dimensions, hinting at a scrawnier Sonic with longer limbs. Oh no, the cartoon character can change its proportions. There's absolutely no reason for Sonic to look pissed. An evil scientist is trying to take over the world? That particular version of Sonic almost always looks like that. Have you ever seen Sonic before?
What? It looks like Vegas! Why does it look like Vegas? And it's like, because Vegas looks like Greece, you
Whatever, I thought it was funny how the only discussion surrounding the omnipresence of this sprite is so negative for no reason. Moving on. In 2008, Ayla came back to host another Sonic hacking contest. At the time, she was also working on her own hack called Sonic the Hedgehog Overlooked, which was all about overlooked Sonic the Hedgehog stages, primarily porting Sonic 3's two-player stages into Sonic 2's single-player. Unfortunately, it seems to have gone unfinished and unreleased, which sucks because it's a neat idea. I wish somebody would pick it back up. Anyways, this contest had some delays in posting the results, but went relatively smooth. The initial thread for this contest is also where the event's tagline, I guess, began, which is Ready, Set, Procrastinate. The winner this year was the Sonic 2 hack, Sonic 2 Advanced Edit by Team AE, another banger. When I was checking out a lot of the hacks for this video, I accidentally played the 2004 version of this hack, which is honestly very impressive for its time, and I was totally fooled into thinking it was a 2008 hack, but no. The 2008 version is also very impressive. Yet another contest was held in 2009, and there's really not much to say about it, except for which game won the grand prize. A Sonic 2 hack called Sonic Boom. No, not that one, by Saiga. Well, it actually does use a version of the Sonic CD song for the title screen music. Apparently, there was a controversy over this game winning, but since I can't find the results thread, I don't know why. Possibly has to do with the fact that it kinda sucks. Yeah, I've been pretty kind to the hack so far, but nah, this one isn't very fun as a game. It has a cool style, I'll give it that, but this game plays like the stereotypical games journalist who sucks at video games' experience with a Sonic game. It's full of absurd trial and error, overly difficult to the point of being tedious, and it doesn't teach its mechanics to the player well at all. I know that's the point, but here's the thing, right? I don't have to like the point. I will say though, the final act is really exhilarating until you die because you press jump at the wrong time. The 2010 contest was a bit of a shakeup from the previous contests. For one, it's the first contest to be named Sonic the Hedgehog Hacking Contest Year rather than the X Sonic the Hedgehog Hacking Contest. The grand prize winner was a Sonic 2 hack called Sonic 2 Retro Remix by Thorn and DNX Delta. It's alright. I'm using footage of the 2016 version, but my point still stands. The 2011 contest sported a fancy new logo by Sanosu and was co-organized by Ayla and Spanner, who was one of the judges. This contest went pretty well. It introduced an interactive contest week that gave people the opportunity to vote for some community trophies with the hacks that were available to the public that ran alongside Sage, or the Sonic Amateur Games Expo. I won't really be talking about the community trophy winners in this video though. This contest and the previous were primarily centered around Sonic Stuff Research Group more than any other site. The grand prize winner was a Sonic 1 hack called The S Factor, Sonia and Silver by Aquaslash and Pals. This is a pretty love it or hate it hack, and I'm sorry, but I definitely lean more towards the negative side. I like the creativity of teaming up Sonia from Sonic Underground and Silver, and I'm especially a fan of the music, which you're hearing in the background, but the level designs are just unbearable a lot of the time. Like, I got soft locked because they put a loop in an area where the screen locks near the goalpost, and neither character can spin dash or super peel out. There's the option to turn off the spike bug, but guess what? It doesn't work. Also, the power sneakers slow you down. Yeah, this hack is a good idea, wasted on a design travesty. There wasn't much new to the 2012 contest compared to the previous year. The grand prize winner this year was a Sonic 1 hack called Sonic Eraser. No, not that one. Or that one by Selby. It's been updated numerous times since, so I just recommend trying the newer versions. The 2013 contest introduced something that would greatly expand the reach of the event, which was the media panel consisting of streamers who would showcase the hacks live, which would most notably include Tails Channel, Garrula64, Red Hot Sonic, and Some Call Me Johnny. Ayla returned to be the one to post the main thread on Sonic Retro this time as opposed to Spanner, though they were both still judges. This year was also the year in which they introduced the website created by Sanosu, where submissions were made as opposed to email. The website also later gained a section called The Vault, which currently archives every hack from the contest from 2012 to 2023, which the 2023 entries were added while I was in the middle of making this video. The 2012 entries weren't added until 2020, and there's some missing from 2012 to 2014. Anyways, back to the 2013 contest, we had a bit of a Grover Cleveland situation going on here, as the latest version of the X Factor won the grand prize again non-consecutively. I personally think Sonic Winter Adventures or Sonic 2 Recreation should have won, and out of all the hacks in this video, I think this one was the least deserving of winning the grand prize, at least in 2013. The 2014 contest was the first year that the event's founder, Ayla, wasn't a judge. The grand prize winner this year was a Sonic 1 hack called Sonic South Island Warped by Shockwave. It's pretty fun, except for the 16-hit Metal Sonic boss, and it also uses the stupid Sonic CD spin dash and camera. But I like its implementation of time travel in the insta-shield. It unfortunately never got finished and has remained dormant for the past 10 years, and honestly, unlike South Island Adventure, I would not want to see this hack continued. The concept just isn't enough. It's just Sonic CD stuff in South Island levels. There's not much to the 2015 contest itself, but the grand prize winner this year was a Sonic 1 hack called Sonic 1 The Next Level by Marky Jester, who you may also know for the hacks Jester's Challenge and Pana. This hack was so positively received that it won a huge portion of the trophies, including the Green Hill Trophy for the entry that plays most like an existing Sonic game, the Windy Valley Trophy for Best Art, the DA Garden Trophy for Best Music, the Binary Trophy for the most technically impressive hack, the Fang Trophy for Best New Enemies, the Carnival Night Trophy for most innovative gameplay features, the Casanopolis Trophy for most entertaining hack, and the Eggman Trophy for the best boss, which I kinda don't think it deserved, but whatever. This is tied for the best winner of the whole contest's history in my opinion. The presentation is technically impressive, and the stages are also pretty fun. Only problem I have with the hack is that stupid boss that takes a million hits and has an impossible to figure out hitbox. This hack is actually quite infamous for causing some confusion amongst people who've never heard of it. A YouTube user by the name of Jalix777 uploaded a video titled Sonic CD Relic Ruins Music Present, which used the song Take It by Alex Lee, pretending that it was the intended music for the scrapped R2 level from Sonic CD. Now what does this have to do with the hack? Well, Marky Jester likes using obscure old house music in his hacks, as it really fits with Sonic's gameplay and aesthetic, and he just happened to use that song in Gus Planet Zone Act 2, which gave the hoaxer the idea of uploading the song under the guise of it being a lost track from the Japanese and European Sonic CD soundtrack. And if you didn't know about the song beforehand, I could see you falling for this hoax, as the song does have a lot of, no pun intended, Sonic similarities to certain songs on the Sonic CD soundtrack, particularly Stardust Speedway. That was fun to say. Footage of the hack was also used as footage in a Netflix documentary series on the history of video games titled High Score, and an episode about the console wars between Sega and Nintendo. It seems the production team was fooled into thinking the game was a real Sonic game and not a ROM hack somehow. Yeah, not gonna lie, I think you can tell I mostly made this video as an excuse to talk about this one hack. Go play it. The 2016 contest was infamous for being plagued by low-quality meme entries, so much so to the point where certain trophies were given null votes, which possibly came about because a certain YouTuber made a video that furthered the popularity of Sonic hacks that year. I think the judges missed the mark with this contest a little bit. The meme hacks aren't terrible, it just so coincidentally happens that there were way too many of them. The grand prize winner this year was a Sonic 1 hack called Sonic Scorch Quest by Team Painto. It involves Eggman getting flame emeralds and burning down South Island. Good, I hate that place. While it's an incomplete version of the hack, it's fun, except for that stupid Sonic CD spin dash. I honestly think the grand prize should have went to Sonic Pocket Winter by Valley Bell, an impressive hack for Sonic Pocket Adventure, a game that has basically no hacking scene. But I guess the judges wanted to go with the safe option and gave the best Mega Drive hack the trophy. In order to prevent what happened with the previous contest, the judges implemented more quality control in the 2017 contest. This would also be the last year that event founder Ayla would be a judge. With Sonic Mania having recently been released for PC, the judges concluded that hacks of it would not be eligible for the contest, but could be expo entries, since the modding scene was in an early state at the time. The hack to win the grand prize this year was a Sonic 2 hack called Metal Sonic Rebooted by Lone Devil, a pseudo-sequel to his earlier Sonic 1 hack, Metal Sonic Hyperdrive. This hack was kinda divisive, but I like it for the most part, except for the fact that the bosses don't react when you hit them. What? There's also a weird hit detection delay on rings when going at high speeds, but for the most part, this hack is really good, with surprisingly good level design. In this hack, you play as Guess Who, rebelling against Robotnik to prove that you are the greatest of his creations. You can also have Bomb from Chaotix follow you around, so that's neat. There was a final version of the hack made the following year, so I'd just recommend that version. There's really not much to comment on regarding the 2018 contest. The grand prize winner of this contest is the first Sonic 3 and Knuckles hack to win the grand prize trophy, Sonic 3 and Knuckles Battle Race by Natsumi and Marky Jester, who you may remember as the same guy who created Sonic 1 The Next Level. It's a multiplayer hack, but it's not like you can't technically play it single player. Other than some of the impressive technical stuff, I'm not much of a fan of this hack. But I'm also my only friend who likes Sonic, so You might think it's weird that a multiplayer hack won, but I played a lot of the other hacks, and yeah, this is easily the best one. 2018 wasn't a particularly good year for the contest in my opinion. For the 2019 contest, it was split into 3 categories. Retro for ROM hacks of any of the old 2D console games, 3D for mods of any of the 3D games, and 2D PC for the PC versions of the older 2D games, both official and unofficial, in Sonic Mania. But there was still one grand prize winner, and once again we have a Grover Cleveland situation. Please let that statement age well. The latest version of Sonic 2 Advanced Edit by Team AE won what was renamed from the Hidden Palace Trophy to the First Place Trophy. Remember that hack from 2008? Good game. Also, what the hell? Tails? The thing that happened in 2020 didn't really affect the 2020 contest that much, as it was always an online thing. The format was also unchanged from the previous year, with there still being 3 categories. The grand prize winner was a Sonic 1 hack called Pantufa the Cat Extended Edition by Vada Pega. Out of all the hacks here, this one is definitely the most unrecognizable as a hack of a Sonic game. It's pretty fun. It was created to be a parody of the 90s mascot trend. The 2021 contest shook things up a little. For one, top 3 hacks for each category were voted on by both the judges and the community, making for 6 top 3 categories. Secondly, there was no overall grand prize winner. Third, there were different judges for each category this time. The 3 judged winners were Sonic 1 Definitive by Radiant Nexus Team for Retro, a Sonic 1 hack, Shivery Mountainsides by Gullring Mod 27 for 3D, a mod for Sonic Generations, and Sonic 2 Mania SHC 2021 demo by A Chick McNuggy for 2D PC, a Sonic Mania mod. Obviously, as most of the contest winners are Mega Drive hacks, as that's what the contest was originally built around, Sonic 1 Definitive is considered the definitive winner of this contest. It's another one I would highly recommend. It tries to put in elements from the 8-bit version of Sonic 1 into the 16-bit version, alongside unused and beta concepts and elements from later versions of the stages, and some gameplay additions from the later 2D Sonic games. Also, instead of using the I'm outta here Sonic, they use cute Sonic. Aww. It's only 2 acts of Green Hill Zone and 1 act of Bridge Zone. I would recommend it, but a new version called South Island Definitive came out a few months ago, and it also includes Marble Zone Act 1 and a few other improvements. Where's the flying saucers though? The 2022 contest was structured the same way, with the judged first place winners of what was renamed to the Sonic Trophy being Sonic the Hedgehog Isle of Magnetic Artifacts by Neo Team Q-Kyoke for Retro, a Sonic 1 hack, Frozen Hill by Nakawa for 3D, a Sonic Generations mod, and Knuckles Emerald Hunt DX by Main Memory and Carl Emerald for 2D PC, a Sonic Mania mod. In my opinion, Isle of Magnetic Artifacts, or SHIMA for short, is the best Sonic hacking contest winner when it comes to the full package. It's a little easy, but I really love it. It's so relaxing. It seems like it's only supposed to be a demo for a larger project, but I think what's there is good enough as is. Nothing major changed with the 2023 contest, with the judge winners being Hellfire Saga by Red Miso Studios for Retro, a Sonic 3 and Knuckles hack, SADX Multiplayer by Kelsonic, a mod of Sonic Adventure DX, and Sonic Megamix Mania by Team Megamix Mania for 2D PC. A remake of Sonic Megamix using Sonic Mania as the base. Once again, there's no main winner this time, but Hellfire Saga is really cool. It's like the Sonic storybook games in terms of its plot, and it's Sonic with elements of Castlevania and Ghosts and Goblins. It's incredibly edgy with loads of blood and gore, but it's nothing a middle schooler wouldn't giggle at. And that leaves us with the 2024 contest. The contest has shifted management and is now managed by Hazel Spooter, and now judges can opt out of judgment for select games. The main contest will take place from September 28th to October 6th, and that's it. That's the history of the Sonic Hacking Contest. Now I'm going to rank each of the individual grand prize winners from what I played in order from worst to best. I'm only counting the later versions of the hacks that won twice, by the way. Also, this is obviously just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Number 17, the S Factor. A good concept wasted on terrible design. Picking a worst was pretty hard, but I had to go with this one. Number 16, Sonic 2 Delta. Very outdated and barely playable, but still an interesting historical artifact that deserves to be remembered. Would be at the bottom if I didn't have to give it some respect for when it came out.
Number 15, Burger King Foot Lettuce.
Sonic Eraser. Just play the newer versions. Number 14, Sonic Boom. Style over substance. Number 13, Sonic 2 Retro Remix. It's alright. Number 12, South Island Warped. A lot of these hacks pay tribute to Sonic CD in ways that service them well, but unfortunately it actively hinders this hack with the annoying spin dash and camera, but it does get points for going out of its way to fix Sonic CD's biggest problem, which is the time travel. Number 11, Sonic 3 and Knuckles Battle Race. Probably really chaotic fun if I had someone to play this with. Number 10, South Island Adventure. Very obviously incomplete in some ways, with some poor and lazy level design, plus Espio's spinning hitbox is still Sonic's smaller spinning hitbox, which feels really off, but it's pretty fun and straightforward if you like Sonic 1. I will say, of all of the hacks, this one definitely could use a modern update if anyone is interested in doing that. Number 9. Sonic Scorched Quest. I don't really have much to say about it other than that it's fun. Number 8, Sonic 2 Advanced Edit. Obviously the 2019 version is the way to go, and it's definitely fun. Check it out. Would be higher if not for the awful bosses. Number 7, Pontifa the Cat. Shockingly short, maybe too short to get used to some of the unique mechanics, but it's fun nonetheless. Number 6, Hellfire Saga. Really cool horror setting pulled off really well. Number 5, Sonic 1 Definitive. It's fun, but play the newest version instead. Number 4, Metal Sonic Rebooted. This is both stylish and fun. Play the finalized version though. Number 3, Sonic Megamix. I know a lot of people are going to riot and say it deserves the number 1 spot, but it's not that great on the whole. It definitely falls into some lazy design like Robotnik monitors, which are completely inexcusable in a game where the characters have homing attacks. Like seriously, if you think any official Sonic games are too hard, play this hack. Keep in mind though, that I'm talking about the final Mega Drive version. But this hack is definitely an achievement and definitely more than playable, and it deserves its props. Number 2, Sonic 1 The Next Level. An impressive technical showcase for the hardware, with a relaxing atmosphere and fun stage gimmicks to boot. Would definitely be number 1 if it weren't for that boss. Number 1, Shima. Definitely the best hack in its totality. The inspirations it takes from all different places blend well together, and it's technically impressive as well. Well, I hope you learned something, and I hope you check out some of these cool games. Let me know if I got anything wrong as well, as I was bound to with how a lot of information is lost. Also, thank you to Sonic Retro, specifically Saxman and No Carrier, for giving me some help on this video. I hope you all have a great day.